Sorry, have fun. I messed up my recording and I've missed the first 6 laps. So I'll just run over that quickly. The first 6 laps I started on the hard tyre with brake balance on 0. Only doing 6 laps on the hards. Aren't going to wear them out that much, so I just put it to brake balance of 0. But again, I mentioned before, traction control 2. That you may see that on the screen. I do flick through. So I am in the Nissan Schulz GTR. Fuel mix 1, but you'll see my short shifting as I'm going along. So about that's a bit much, but about 50%. Oh no, a bit more, 60. But I will get up to 6th gear up here. And then down to 2nd. Even with traction control 2, I'm a little bit cautious on the corners. Now this is a 5:30 in the morning track race, so I wonder if the track's just a little bit cold, so it's hard to get good grip. So yeah, the first 6 laps I've completed. You can see my pit times there. So what's that? A minute 54 and a minute 30. So if I'm averaging a minute 32, that's an extra 22 seconds minus 2 is 20 seconds. So I really wouldn't be going soft at all in this race. I'd be going hard and medium, the 2 required tyres, and that's it. If I was up near the front, I'd be starting on mediums to try and get away from people, but if I'm down the back, I'd be starting on hards. So once again, short shifting to make that 19 laps. So let's have a look. We're getting ready to complete lap 8, so we should have 11 laps remaining, and I've got 11.2. So normally I would have the radar on, but as I'm crossing that start-finish line in this straight, I'd flick through the fuel just to see how I'm going. So that was 11.2. We'll see the next time we cross the line if it's 10.2 or 10.3 or 10.4. I think sometimes I over short shift a bit. I'd rather be over short shifting than under short shifting. So fastest lap I'm now. So I had pitted on after finishing lap 6. I'm on the medium tyre now, which should be faster. Still doing a minute 32, but I think it does get a bit quicker. Probably as the tyres are warming up. And the reason why I'm aiming for lap 6 is you could do 1 lap on hard and 18 laps on medium, but by the time you're on lap 16, 17, 18 on medium, they're going to be pretty worn, and you're going to be finishing the race a little bit slow. So I'd be aiming for 6 laps, somewhere around there, on the hard. So you're only doing about 13 laps on the medium, so they'll still be relatively strong near the end. So I'm on brake balance plus 2 now. So we'll have a look at the start finish line. So I'm on 10.3. So we've finished 9 laps out of 19, so we've got 10 laps to go. So it was 11.2, now it's 10.3. And that's a minute 31.441. So I'm slowly getting faster. I'm sure I will flick through the menu there. So the fuel map, you can see I'm on fuel mix 1. If I do flick it through, you'll see I'm on brake balance plus 2. I want to protect the fronts. They do seem to wear a bit more than the rears. And again, you can see the traction control light flickering there. Oh, there we go. So plus 2 on brake balance. Hopefully in this recording I flick it through to traction. and then you'll be able to see my my gear choices. So I go up to 6th gear here, so I can go 5th, 4th onto this corner, then back up to 5th, and then 4th, 3rd. I feel like if I enter the corner in 5th, just drop it to 4th, I'm not reducing enough speed, and it also helps to save fuel as well. So from 6th down to 2nd, no, keeping it in 3rd. I'm not used to this car, so occasionally I do get corners a little bit wrong. I'm not spot on with my gear changes, but I'll aim to get up to 6th gear up here, and then down to 1st gear. I think if I keep it in 2nd, I go through a bit fast and go out a bit wide. And it's also a bit sluggish trying to get up that hill, so I drop it to 1st gear. Then I'm short shifting down here, up to 6th gear. And then at the cones, my brake marker, I'm coming down to 2nd gear. Just careful around here. Once I straighten up, then I'm pushing. Bit of a downhill, so again short shifting here. Down to 3rd gear, just to get that rotation going, up to 4th, and then down to 3rd again, and hopefully up to 4th once I'm comfortable. No, not that time. Sometimes I'll get into 4th gear just a touch earlier. Now this is a custom race, so I only select one other car. I don't want 20 cars on the track that are in my way. But he's in front of me at the moment because I have pitted. So we're at 8.7, I think, and we've got 8 laps to go. This is a bit where I'm battling to get past this car. Obviously you're going to save fuel as well in someone's slipstream. I remember this. An AI car. I should have had the radar on. Trying to be careful around here, and bang. He hits me. Just trying to get in front of him so I can put my hazard lights on. Say, not cool, dude. There we go, radar. Just wanted to see where he was. So that short shifting is keeping the fuel under control. Don't really know what else to say. Personally, I feel like this is a no-stop race. Everyone's got to stop for hards at some point. Majority of the laps will be on medium. I'd be surprised tomorrow if I see anyone pit with softs on, because it's like race over. 'Cause you've pitted once, you've got to pit again. I will be starting from the back. I'm not looking forward to this race. I've done a few lobby races and haven't exactly done brilliantly. But I'll be starting from the back on hards, hoping that the first 2-3 laps a lot of people are going off. They're pushing too hard, knocking each other off, and I'll be able to just make my way through. And then lap 6, pitting on for my medium, so it gives me another 13 laps to catch up, and then people will start to pit, and then I'll be able to get past. Hopefully that's the plan. Maybe you're more familiar with this car than I am, where you don't need to use traction control, and hopefully you know by now whether you need it or not. But I just, when I first got on this track with this car, especially that turn 2, when I'm putting it down to 1st gear to get around that tight corner, if I put my foot on the accelerator it would just start to slide and spin. So I knew straight away I had to put traction control on. I get the feeling it does take a little bit of the power away on some of the corners when you're trying to push out hard. Traction control may kick in and just kill the engine a touch to maintain that traction. So whenever it's flashing red, that means your revs are dropping off a bit. and it'll apply every time you change gear as well. It's around this corner. It's a lot of red flashing, but I'd rather that than I spin out and I'm off track. Much worse that to happen. So you see, I'm getting a bit impatient with that car. At a certain point, I do flick through to chase cam view, so you can actually see I am using the Nissan Schultz. I would have preferred this race to have had a bit of a higher tyre wear, and all 3 tyres were mandatory. So instead of a tyre wear of 4, maybe a tyre wear of 6 or 7, and all 3 tyres required. That's when I seem to thrive. So that car was holding me up, stopping me from getting another fastest lap. So I think around here I was thinking I want to try and beat that 1 minute 31.441. So you can see the tyres are wearing. So I've still got another, I'm on lap 15, so I've got pretty much 5 laps. You can see the fronts are wearing not quite a bit, but enough. So I should be doing mid 1 minute 31s from here on in, since I've passed that car, which is for me a reasonable time. You'll probably find in the race someone is going to hit 1 minute 29. I'm not too sure which is the favoured car for this race, but I get the feeling it's the Porsche. So finishing lap 15, I'll have 4 laps remaining, and I've got 5 laps of fuel. So down a 4th, up to 5th. Nope, keeping in 4th and then down a 3rd. So 4 laps to go, and I've got 4.8 laps of fuel. So the way I'm going with fuel is okay. The tyres are wearing, but looks like they'll still be okay till the end. So I definitely wouldn't be going 10 laps on hard and 9 on medium. That's too many on hard. But maybe 1 lap on hard is pushing it a bit too much. First time I did a lobby, I think I did 1 lap of hard and 18 on medium, thinking I'll be able to catch up to people over 18 laps, and I just found I just never did. So it kind of tells me keeping in people's slipstream, keeping with people is important. And if you fall behind, they'll just get away if you've got a pack with slipstream. So maybe if you're with another 2 cars in front of you, and they're going to pit around the same time you're going to pit, it's probably wise to pit with them so that you come out with them and you're still in their slipstream. So 3 laps to go, and I've got 3.7 laps of fuel. Oh, so lap 15 I did have a new fastest lap. minute 31.237, I think. The other reason why I would have traction control on is if I've got other cars around me and I'm so focused on them, where their position is, making sure not to hit them, I sometimes will forget to be gentle on the accelerator and I'll just lose control. So I treat traction control as like an insurance. So I don't know where your brake balance would normally sit, but I would fear if I had it on 0, those fronts would be wearing a lot more, probably twice as much. So the rears don't have too much wear, but the fronts definitely do. So like I said, if you qualify well, remember softs are available in this race, so most people will qualify on softs to try and get as fast as they can. So if you do find you've qualified well and you're up the front, I would definitely be starting on mediums and push them for as long as you can, remembering that, let's say if you're going to do 6 laps on hard, that means at the end of lap 13 you would pit to put the hards on, and you probably have a fair idea of how you're going. You might find on lap 13 your lap times are still good, you're still maintaining a good position, but if other people begin to pit, I'd be pitting with them, remembering there's a 20-second pit window if you're just changing tyres. So if someone is 22 seconds behind you and gaining, you probably want to pit before they hit that 20 seconds or less, so that you can get in, pit, and get out in front of them. It's a final lap now. Pretty sure I put myself to chase cam around this part of the track. I mean, you've only seen from lap 7, but it's just one pit stop that everyone has to do from medium to hard or hard to medium, so I'm almost looking at this race as a no-stopper race, which disappoints me a bit. I had Big Bruce the Shark message me tonight saying that he was practicing, or was it manufacturers? No, I think it was manufacturers. Sorry, wrong race. So forget about that bit. Anyway, coming up to the end now. This is right near the end. So I hope you, yeah, there we are in the Nissan. I hope you got something out of that. Have fun. Good luck tomorrow.